all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my
MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Go.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, he breaks.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Following the interception, Cousins forced out to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Cousins under pressure again, and down he goes again. Dalvin Tomlinson, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very low. To throw is Cousins. Lets it fly for Treadwell. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
From the 24, Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Jones Off the play fake. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page. They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kareem Martin coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Cousins now. Uncorks one for Davis. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Jones. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And some room to roam now. It's a foot race. Past the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the rookie Saquon Barkley, the one who finishes things off with a touchdown run. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Here's Jones. Throwing on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Sack! Got him! Let's go, boys! Let's go!
Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a second down coming up. He completes it to Tate. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Then backwards, it's 3rd and very long. To Barkley on the check down. And he stopped at the 44. It's also a gain of 4. And now it's 4th down. Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the run, it's Barkley. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. He has not had the game that he envisioned. His team has not had the game that they've envisioned here. So how do they turn this around now?
But right now,
there he goes left side. The 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 76 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Ready, 94. Recon, 132 fighter. Ready.
On first and 10, Jones. That's into the hands of the tight end, Ellison. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Throwing again on second down. Jones. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
You see me? You see me?
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Check 9.
Now Jones on third down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now, it's really not the American punter.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Meanwhile, down in Philly, and the Eagles out in front early. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Jones now on first down. He's got his man. This is Tate. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Jones throwing again toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The catch is made. Benny Fowler. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's
going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Flushed out right. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Matt Weil now as he'll punt it away for the second time. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. He's in his own second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
They'll run with Barkley. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. We have hit halftime. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They lost 7 in a row coming into this ballgame, but lo and behold, they have the lead here as this drive begins, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Barkley with a carry on 1st down, and he'll get about 4, so 2nd and 6 forthcoming. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll go to Barkley again. And some space here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Barkley unable to get away on the 1st down run as he'll be stopped for a loss of a couple. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And Tate's got it. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Golden Tate, his second touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do.
And the pressure gets to him again. Kareem Martin able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. The New York set to take the field. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Throwing Jones. He's got this one complete to Fountain. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got...
That's it. All right, baby. Yeah.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. 10 yards, good for a giant first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards, good for a giant first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he's got it, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Rhett Ellison, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A big play there on the catch and run. 41 yards. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A pass there over the middle to start things out.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. He's got Smith here. And a penalty flag is down to the backfield as they finally bring him to the turf. But I'm not sure this is going to stand. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell, but it's going to be 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throwing, Cousins. And this is Cook with the grab. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down.
Defense.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal in any event.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Alec Ogletree leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. Cousins. They will find Davis. That's complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Cousins on 4th down. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tommy Sweeney, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Now Cousins going to bring his guys up for the 2-point try.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
On 2nd and 9, Jones over the middle, complete to Tate. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Quick turn, everybody, and bring it. Check 31, check 31.
Back to throw. Jones. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Catch made by Slayton. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now Jones, throwing on 3rd and long. He dumps it off to Barkley. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So Kirk Cousins in the offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. 1:47 on the clock. To throw, Cousins. And Diggs has it. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Clock running here under 90 seconds to go. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Incomplete into the hands of Fowler. And he's brought down. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter, in the zone, the ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants, and I think you'd have to label this an upset. Yes, they were at home.
Not going to be pushed